to show you something a little different. Agateware is what we affectionately call swirly pots here. Agateware, gosh, it's been done a long time, and traditionally Catawba Valley region in North Carolina has quite a bit of agateware. So there's a bit of historical ties to our area in doing this technique. However, the technique I'm about to show you is a different take on it that I actually had the good fortune of seeing a guy demonstrate at the North Carolina Potters Conference many years ago. Not sure how long ago that was. Matthew Metz, who, if you search his name, you'll find a lot of great stuff that he does as well. First thing you want to do is you want to pick your contrasting color. So your contrasting color would be chosen most likely from either a different clay body or from a mason stain. And you can see they have a rainbow of colors. This is the mason stain reference chart. So you would put on a respirator, unlike what I'm about to do. I get a little container that I can close up so that I can keep everything. The mason stain's not cheap, so I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, just go buy 20 colors. No problem. I guess that really depends on your financial situation and how much you want to explore this technique. Mason stains can also be used as a color in glazes. So there are many uses for mason stains that would justify buying some. So I'll blend some color into it and try to get the color homogeneous. And again, you may want to use some rubber gloves and a respirator. Don't do what I'm doing. I'll work over my little cup here and try to blend all this powder into the clay so that I can have a high contrasting color to the white clay body. The stronger color you want, of course, the more powder you would need to use. All right, so this is a white stoneware called Bunkum White from high water clay, and it's the air. And if I make bigger pots, I might wedge it out of the bag, but when I'm making just regular size pots, I just cut it into a cube, slap all the corners, make sure I don't fold air into it. Flame it right in the middle. If it's not right in the middle, I just shift it around a little bit. Slap with equal pressure from both hands in a rhythm. Seal it on the side that's going away from me. I'm going to add water, increase my speed. Squeeze the sides and allow the clay to come up between my hands. By coning it up, I'm aligning the clay platelets in the counterclockwise spiral. Notice I'm anchoring my arms. I keep my arms close to my body. I don't have a gap between my hands. Push forward with the heel of this hand, down with the side of this hand. I have the sponge in my right hand. Ease off the clay when you think you have it centered. Leave a gap under your left hand. Uneven clay will squeeze out at the base, and you can just scrape that off. So now you want to add your color. So go ahead and dry your hands off. I use just a standard flute tool. I use the round side, and then I'll cut a couple sections out. And you may notice I'm kind of distributing them around the piece because I want the color throughout. You definitely want to put some in the middle so that you get at least some color inside. It is hard to predict where the color will turn up, but through Well, through experience, you should be able to find a method or an amount that works for your taste. I usually will try to judge how much clay I'm going to need by how much I've taken out. So I know I have at least this much already prepped. And I do. So that's good. I have at least as much. So I'll put that to the side. I'm going to start on one end. And press the clay in so that it doesn't trap air under it. That's why I start at one end and I kind of wiggle my finger across there, and that way no air will get trapped. So that's the plan anyway. I want to lay my sponge on there and center it again. All right, so you see it kind of disappears. Then you throw the pot like normal, however that might be for you. But if you work the clay, like if I work this back up and down again, I would lose the contrast because the clay would blend, the colored clay would blend into the white clay too much. So with that being said, the more productive your pulls are, then the less pulls you have, the less blending of your colors is gonna happen. So invariably you'll have extra clay down at the base. So I usually use the wood knife, and it's funny they call it a wood knife and you kind of got an edge, like it cuts like that, but I was actually taught to use it like a wedge. So you keep the flat side against what you want to keep. Keep your eye on that point. You should have compared your inside shape to your outside shape before you start cutting. And you should be able to see batt all the way around. And then I usually undercut this with the needle so I don't push it back up into the pot. And then we take that excess off. So that saves you a ton of trim time. And I found that if you make bulbous pots, I think it does tend to make it look a little more dramatic, but we'll see how this goes.
Gonna spread the disease because I wanna. Gonna call all the shots for the notes and the nods because I wanna.
Try to get that color to pop out a little bit more by scraping it with the with the metal rib to expose color a little bit more. Now the color will intensify once this is fired, of course. So, as I was saying, this blue color, of course, is going to intensify to a more bright blue cobalt color in contrast with the white stoneware. Thanks again for joining us at Pottery Central, and we'll see you next time.